Poisonrana.
Hello.
Hello.
Braden Herrington here with Davie Portmang for Poisonrana Live. You found us in whatever podcast you're using right now. It's Monday, May the 4th. Be with you. And it's 5 p.m., which means
it's a new day. Yes, it is. And we are live on youtube.com/@PoisonRanaPod. Hello, YouTube room. How are we doing?
a rare Monday
Yes.
night, even though it's very sunny out right now. Monday afternoon. We're chilling on a Monday. Hopefully you're hanging out with us. Appreciate if you are. Hit that subscribe, hit that follow, whatever podcast app you're using or YouTube. Give us a follow. And hey, if you're using Spotify or Apple Podcasts or whatever you are using right now, do us a little favor. Hit that download button, hit that subscribe, and make sure you don't miss another episode. We got ads on our Poisonrana live feed starting today.
We do, yes. Apologies to those. We are realizing we've been doing this a long time, and there's other ways we could possibly be making a bit of money on this thing. So yes, ads unfortunately is one of those things. However, if you are a patron, we are going to be uploading the shows completely ad-free on patreon.com/Poisonrana. So just a little incentive there to join us. It's $5 a month, patreon.com/Poisonrana, where you'll get access to this show ad-free, but hundreds and hundreds of other shows in our back catalog, including old wrestling pay-per-view reviews, movie reviews, wasNXT, where we go right back in time to the very early days of NXT, best match ever, where we're talking about wrestlers' careers and best match types, etc. A whole lot of you there for you to enjoy. And if those ads are annoying, it might be worth that $5 a month.
Absolutely. We have had some ads in the past, and then we kind of did a switch over, and then we kind of lost access to doing that. Of course, we make money doing podcasts in various different ways. We host wrestling parties and all sorts of different things. But we decided, hey, why not put that back on and make a few extra bucks for all the content that we put our hard work, our blood, sweat, and tears into. So appreciate everyone who's been listening, whether you're a new listener or you've been around for the long ride. And yeah, it's good that we make some money doing a podcast talking about some silly wrestling.
And just a little comment on the ads. We have we have the ability to kind of say what sort of things we don't want advertised and what we do want advertised. However, sometimes things slip through the cracks and we don't actually get told what is playing. So if you're ever listening and you hear something, political or, to do with weapons, guns, that kind of, or anything that you think we wouldn't necessarily stand for and wouldn't necessarily want to be advertised on our feed, please just drop us a message. Because I know in the past, some things have slipped through the net, and we certainly don't want our names associated with certain things.
Like dick pills? Is that what you're referring to?
Dick pills are fine. Dick pills are fine.
Hey, use them, I guess, if you need to or want to. But maybe there is dick pill coming. I guess also, if you've been listening to us a long time, you're like, oh, guys, why don't you have like sponsorships and stuff? Hey, hit us up. We're always open. The Strong Zero brand that we got to finally try in Vancouver or Whistler. They've come to Canada. They've come to Toronto. So I'm going to try to get some alcohol sponsorships with this show, considering we like to have a brewski from time to time. But we have ads here on this free feed now. So your boys are getting paid. Your boys are getting paid. I see Jake in the chat who says, gents, I appreciate the content every week, but unfortunately I have to cut my patronage to 50%. He's making a joke, I think, about TKO talent having to take a 50% pay cut. Thank you, Jake. No matter what you do or give us, Jake, always appreciate your support. Jake, one of our big supporters here at Poisonrana. But no, we won't be taking 50% pay cuts here at the podcast. We will be taking it'll be the opposite. We're going to
hopefully a raise. Yes.
Yeah, a raise. That's what it is.
Yeah, we have been talking about stuff we want to start. We're going to the summer, and there's a few things we might want to change around a bit. maybe adding some extra shows on this feed. And unfortunately, yes, we have been talking about raising Patreon prices at some point, and we will give you notice before we do that. We're not just going to make that an overnight decision, but yeah, things are expensive. Like, just to run this stream, StreamYard prices have shot way up from when we started.
300%.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they raised their prices, which is absolutely bonkers. Just to do a podcast costs money. Like, I know to the contrary, I'm sure if people like, oh, anyone could do it. It does cost money to have the feed, which we use a site called what is it? Red Circle. You got to pay to have a yearly subscription for a service that automatically uploads to such podcast feeds. But then we also have to pay for StreamYard, and oh my God, this has just absolutely wrecked us and many other content creators over the past, just because they realize they are the kind of the leader, the standard of what people need and use. So they decided to just screw over a lot of people by raising the price to a lot. And that's why it costs money to even do this here today. So therefore, appreciate everyone who ever supported us, whether you give us your dollars or not. Even clicking download goes a whole lot, or clicking a 5-star review, or writing us a nice review, or leaving a comment, even in the chat. It's the little things that I always appreciate. So always appreciate you giving us your money. Don't get that wrong, but always appreciate the little things too,
the free things help as well, as you said, like likes and subscribes. If if your friend might be interested in wrestling or some of the stuff we're talking about, get them to like and subscribe as well, because those kind of YouTube numbers really help us a lot. And yeah, so we're just looking at different revenue streams right now, and make a few improvements to both the free show and the Patreon. And we're always welcome to suggestions and things, or just telling us, if you're a patron, what are the shows you listen to the most of? What are the shows you skip? If we're doing this thing and we're recording and no one's listening, we'll stop doing that content and we'll do other sort of content. So we like having a open dialogue with you guys. So if there's anything you can add. Yes, Jake's asking about the super chat function. That is something I need to try and get set up. It's a little tricky with YouTube business side and stuff, but I have looked into that before. But yeah, bring the super chats back. Absolutely, that can help. And yeah, open to ideas.
Absolutely. We've been doing this for a long time. And in the last, I'd say, year, we've had some great success. If you've been listening, you've heard that we've been doing a lot of content. We've been doing not only shows for Post Wrestling every Tuesday covering NXT, but we've been doing our show here solid for a few years now, whether it's Sundays or Mondays like it is today. But we've been doing a lot of stuff. We've been going and traveling a lot more than we used to. Even we've been going to a lot of wrestling weekends. We were just in Vancouver, and we're thinking of doing some other big things in the year of 2026 and going to shows and hopefully getting some interviews and things like that. So all the little likes and follows and downloads and all that stuff, it goes a long way. So I want to say thanks, as always, to the peeps out there, the frogs, the friends, the Poison Pals, wherever. And hey, shout out to a real big Poison Pal. Shout out to a longtime listener, Surin, who created a reel for us. He showed us that shorts might be the way, not the ones you wear on your body, but shorts as in Insta reels and TikToks and stuff can help. And he made one for us. And Surin, you did a fantastic job. And Surin has followed and supported us for so long. And he reached out being like, hey, could I try turning one of your bits into a reel? I was like, absolutely. And it was awesome. So thank you, Surin. You're showing us the ways of the future. You're showing these millennial boys that maybe we need to start acting like Gen Zers and learn how to use that edit function on reels and stuff. So it looks great. And if you haven't checked it out, go check it. Follow us on Insta or TikTok or whatever, at Poisonrana Pod. And check it out. And
absolutely.
Maybe we'll have a few more, but I got to say, Surin, it was amazing. So thank you.
Yeah, like that's going to help us so much, and try and find new listeners. I know the algorithms on Reels and TikTok and stuff are really helpful, and it's certainly something we haven't utilized enough. We've tried in the past, but it's time consuming, and it's to balance that and recording and editing and shoot jobs and all that. It's hard.
Yeah, Davie and I are two independent podcasters. We do not work for anyone else when it comes to Poisonrana podcast. We do everything just the two of us, and it's been that way for a while, and we love it. But we're not John and Way levels, if you say. We still have shoot jobs. We still do other stuff to help support us do this. But like I said, in the last few years, we've made some good money from doing this. And again, always appreciate. And we want to keep building it. And hey, even if it stays at the way it is, we still love doing this and love our connections and community that we have built doing this podcast over the last few years. So, we're always trying to be positive, as I'm sure we'll be saying some negative things in about 10 minutes or something about whatever's going on in the world of wrestling. But we're always here, and we always will be. And hit that download button. Appreciate
Absolutely.
the love out there. It is a new day. We are doing this on a Monday. We were going to talk about the new day in a second. We thought, hey, we are going to go live Tuesday, talk about Up Next, but we skipped Sunday yesterday. So we thought, why not try to slide in a decent show here today? So we were busy yesterday.
Well, you were.
Yeah, well, you were too. Just you were busy sleeping.
Yes,
snoozing, because we love animals here at Poisonrana. I mean, our logo is a frog. It's Poison Frog, if you didn't figure that out. We love animals, and we want to save them all, even the ugly ones. And we raised over $3,000. I think like $340, $350, $350.
Yeah, we broke our last record as well. So
absolutely
great stuff.
So we did this great fundraiser for the WWF, Get the F In, and we climbed the CN Tower. This is our third time, and Davie fell asleep, missed the whole thing, and showed up afterwards. Like, what happened? Did I miss it? Is it over? So just like MJF kicked out of the One-Winged Angel, I beat Davie's time yesterday. Yes. Because Davie came dead last because he didn't even show up. You hate animals? What's wrong with you?
I'm pretty gutted. I went over this on one of our Patreon shows, but yes, I've been in the process of changing job. I've left Gabby's, so
fuck them.
You don't need to support them anymore. And I'm starting at another bar this week, but I was scheduled. My final shift ever after 10 years working there was the night before the CN Tower climb, and I was adamant I was gonna do both those things, but my alarms did not go off, and I did sleep right through. So I'm pretty gutted. I've been training quite a lot for this one, and I actually thought I might be able to smash my record, but I'm going to have to wait till next year now. But so at the end of the day, it's still like money was still raised for a good cause. You guys smashed it. Well done to you. And hopefully next year I'll make it because I want to do it. I want to beat my time.
Start training now.
I don't want to be a loser who no shows, takes his ball and goes home.
You got all these people to donate and then just didn't do it.
Yeah.
I feel like you got to
start doing that with all charities.
Yeah. Oh, is that what people do?
So apologies if I let anyone down. Really appreciate the support. A massive sorry, and I owe it to you next time. And yeah, I'm a loser. What can I say?
we got there. You're supposed to like check in at like 8:30, and then around 8:39 is when we go up and climb this thing. You gotta like check your bag. You can't have your phone. You can't have water on you. They almost confiscated my inhaler, which I would have definitely died if I didn't have that on me. But we're waiting there. It's like 8:35, 8:40, 8:45. I'm messaging you. I'm calling you. I'm like, fuck. And John and Way are like, we've been through this before. He'll show up, right? And then John's like, there's not a chance he's like in trouble or something's wrong, right? I'm like, dude probably had like way too many shots and he's probably just asleep, right? And then I'm like, so then I keep calling you, keep messaging you. Way's like, you could call Graham, you could call his roommate. I was like, absolutely not going to do that. Graham's already angry enough as it is. I don't need to get him to be your wake up. And Way's like, you're right. No, don't do that. But then we had to, eventually we're like, I guess we got to go without you. So we ended up doing it. I beat my original record.
Okay, that's good.
Which is pretty good. I thought there was going to be no chance at doing that. So I did. This was my second best. I did 32 minutes.
Good. That's good.
Like, I survived. Jack was worried he just wouldn't finish, and he did. Shout out Jack. Shout out Jesse. Shout out John and Way for saving the animals.
Yeah.
Climb that shit. 144 flights. Absolutely.
144, crazy. Yes. 1,776.
The worst is that you finish, and they're like, people like, oh, woo, you did it. And then you like scan the thing, the wrist thing, so it gets your time. But then there's like 4 more flights of stairs. It's like, are you fucking kidding me?
And you push like that when you see you push for that last few flights, right? You might start running again or something, and then it's like just cruel. Like I hate as well when you have to walk up a few stairs before you start it. I'm like, why am I giving this away for free? You know?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, wait. I can't save. I have to conserve this energy for the actual climb. But all the power to people who do this stuff regularly, or like runs or charity walks or whatever. But this is the closest I'll get to like a charity run, and it's climbing a lot of stairs, and it's to save the animals. So thank you to anyone who donated. Check out our Insta. We got some photos up there as well. I know Pollock has posted some stuff as well. But thanks to anyone who donated. We had a lot of people donating, and it was great. Crazy record, like over $3,000. Insane. So awesome stuff.
That's awesome.
We then met up with you afterwards. You rose from the dead. Mm-hmm. I had some very subpar chicken and waffles. I wonder how. I didn't ask Way, but he had the same thing as me. I thought they were pretty weak. But it was still well deserved after climbing stairs. I needed chicken and waffles. I needed something in my system. But then me and you, what did we do after?
We hung out at the BDE for a little bit. We went to our friend Bry's birthday, had a few drinks, played a bit of pool, probably played the funniest game of pool I've ever played. So our friend was having a birthday, friend and listener of the show, was having his birthday at a place called City Pool, just like a bit of a divey bar, lots of pool tables and stuff. So 2 of his friends challenge us. Now, some of these people, they bring their own like personal pool cues in.
Dragons on it, unicorns on it. I'm like, what the fuck?
And whereas you and I used to play a little bit. I'm very inconsistent. Like I can see what you should be doing. You know, I'm going to try and go for that angle, but I'm not particularly very good. And I would describe this match we had against these 2 as like when the jobbers, the local talent, are put in a random job match against your champions, your tag team champions, and they take them to the limit. And then the champions are struggling and getting frustrated because they should have been putting this guy away earlier. We were Allin Angels to their Kenny Omega. And we could see them during the game getting more and more frustrated because they're like, why are we losing against these 2? And we ended up taking it right down to the black. So just us v them, winner takes all, just left on the black, and kept going back and forth. No one could sink this fucking thing. And then eventually I line it up, pop the black, and the white goes right in behind it. And it's like, this game shouldn't have finished any other way. So
they were
pretty
like,
funny.
Thank you, gents. That was possibly the worst game of pool we've ever played.
They made it very clear to us that that was not good. And we're like, I had fun.
It was all part of our hustle. We lost on purpose because then the next games we upped the ante. And then we showed them that we're actually really good. But I haven't played in so long, so it was fun. We should go back, try again, get better at it.
I'm down. Yeah, let's go there. Let's go to Jackass, play some darts, and
And then we tried to watch the Raps. We bar hopped a little bit in our city, which was a beautiful day out yesterday. Summer's coming, guys. Summer's coming. And then we saw some cherry blossoms. That was nice too. We then went to our local haunts. We watched the Raptors lose, so all hope was gone from that. And then we went to our local bar, Wide Open. And then today, I don't feel hungover or anything. I just feel like I have a cold. I'm just like, why do I feel sick? I know our friend Graham was like, I was sick last week during WrestleMania. I was like, oh, cool. Great. Thanks for telling me a week later after, wait, what were we doing WrestleMania? Oh, yeah. Sharing a joint with you. If you're sick, Maybe smoke your own joints then. Smoke your own. Don't share. Because now I'm realizing that motherfucker got me sick, didn't he?
Yeah.
So that's how I feel today. I just feel like warm, sweaty.
Yeah,
I don't have any pain or anything. I'm just like, oh, why do I feel this way? You can hear it in my voice, I think.
I went on a long walk. I need to get my phone fixed, and the insurance company I'm with were like, "Oh, you've got to go all the way to the other side of the city to get your phone fixed." I'm like, "Serious?" So I go there. They say it's unfixable. So they're going to be sending me a new. Yeah, they say they're going to send me a new one, but it just meant, you know, I was like, oh, I've got to drag all the way over there. But it was such a beautiful day. I really liked walking around today. The sun's out. It's warm. So bringing me back to life a little bit, because I'm a little ropey after this weekend too.
You start your new job in a few weeks, or no, in a few days, I guess.
Wednesday, yeah.
You're done with the old, in with the new. So
yes,
some things to look forward to, I guess. Some things you could look forward to from us is like we mentioned, we have a patreon.com/Poisonrana. Go check it out. You can even scroll through if you use Spotify. We have a podcast Patreon feed that connects there. You can see a lot of the shows. It even lets you sample some of the shows. Listen to the first 5 or 10 minutes or whatever. We have so many different podcasts on that feed, and we've dropped some bangers. We've done some retro NXT reviews. We dropped a very funny review. If you want some chuckles, you got to listen to our latest upYOURS, where our world champs, our family members, pick stuff. Brandon from New Jersey with the most Brandon from New Jersey pick. Talons of the Eagle. Now
Talons of the Eagle.
I'm sure someone out there is like, oh shit, I love this movie. And most of you are probably like, huh? What is that? That was our reaction. But then we watched it, and this B, or dare I say C level movie was pretty fun and pretty ridiculous. It's starring Ty Bo. So that's Billy Blanks.
At least in Canada and the US, it is available for free on YouTube if you want to check this film out. And yeah, it's only about 90 minutes.
Yeah, look, but like filmed and set in Toronto.
Yes.
Which is funny because your apartment is in the movie a bunch. Like all these areas that we hang out in are like there. It's so funny watching this movie. So, hey, you want a piece of Toronto history? Watch Talons of the Eagle.
But I would say, even if you're like, I don't think I'm going to watch that one, I thought this is a really fun review. So I don't think you need to watch this movie to enjoy our review of this movie. It's great chatting with Brandon and yourself, and I thought we had some laughs with this one for sure.
We had a lot of fun cracking up at this movie, but then in true Brandon from New Jersey form, he is driving his car at one point while we are reviewing this movie. And then he disappeared towards the end. So I hope he's okay. Yep. Brandon, please let us know you're okay. He's like in the middle of a review. He's like driving to the store, and then he just cuts. I'm like, uh-oh. Hope he's okay. But check out our review. It made for some laughs. We have tons of other shows, but are we doing it this week? Are we doing a big one?
We are indeed. We will be doing best match ever, Hulk Hogan.
Brother. Oh, brother. Oh. Okay, so Davie only agreed to allow me to do this, to join me to do a best match ever Hulk Hogan. The agreement here is that we also have to do a worst match ever Hulk Hogan. It's only fair.
Some of them might have the same match on the.
They might be on this.
Like there might be some overlap there. I'm going to be posting up the thread with links to matches shortly after this podcast today. But throw in the chat some fun matches. I don't think either of us are big fans of Terry, of the Hulkster, but he was an important figure in wrestling. And with the documentary just coming out, we thought it would be a good time to have a look at some of his career.
Absolutely. We will take the good and the bad, and we will talk all about Hulk Hogan. We'll talk about his best matches through his career, and I'm sure we'll talk about some other things on this show. But we will be recording this Wednesday, so get your feedback in. Post a feedback thread later today, and love any comments. Your positives on Hogan. You know, if you were a fan, anything, like all is welcome. Even the negative stuff, it is also allowed, definitely. So. But if you're like, oh, guys, really? Although I bet, you know what? Actually, I bet people are licking their lips now that we just said that. You sickos, you sick fucks. You love the strange shit that we do when we're like, why are we doing a Hogan podcast? Because we thought it would be funny.
Hey, we've done a Stephanie McMahon best match ever. If we've done a best match ever, Stephanie McMahon, we should really, personal opinions of the person aside, we should talk about the career of Hulk.
Okay, so to do the other side of the coin here, we got 2 weeks of best match ever, because if that isn't your cup of tea, in 2 weeks, we will be joined by friend of the show from Post Wrestling, Eric Marcotte, as he will join us to talk about best match ever, Hiroshi Tanahashi. That's right. Go Ace, with one of the biggest Ace fans, the biggest Ace holes I've ever met. Eric, who has selected some great matches that we will talk about. So we'll get into that in a few weeks. But yes, 1 week we're talking about Hulk Hogan. The next we're talking about Tanahashi. And
we do have a upYOURS coming up in just a few weeks as well, where we're going to be looking at the film Kayfabe, which is a mockumentary comedy based on wrestling. I have not seen this, but I'm curious. I'm not aware of this film, so we do have a link for that as well to make it easy for you guys to watch if you're interested.
So as always, give us a follow, whatever you use, Insta, Facebook. We do have a Facebook group as well. I know the Facebook can sometimes be a little finicky, and I guess on a show, we've already kind of pulled the curtain back a little. I am thinking of doing a Discord for Poisonrana and everything. So if that's something that maybe people would be interested in, maybe I know Dickie helped me out a few years ago with creating it, and I didn't quite understand Discord, but I have used it in a little bits with friends and stuff. So maybe now, if I'm a bit more comfortable with it, I'll create a bit of a chat there where people can post wrestling stuff and related stuff to the show and whatnot. So follow Insta for now, and more on that in a little bit. But yeah, check out our Patreon. Tons of shows. The reviews are going to be the best match ever is going to be great in the next few weeks, and who knows what other stuff we get up into. So $5, check it out. So many shows on there for your entertainment purposes. We will be live this Tuesday, upcoming on Post Wrestling. We'll talk all about NXT, what felt like a new era last
NXT
week.
3.0, 4.0.
Yeah, the paint splatter, the silver, the black and gold, all of it mixed into one. We got a new NXT, and I'm sure we'll talk about it. I know there's been some new signings. WWE did some tryouts this week in your neck of the woods in London. I saw that they were across the pond looking for that next big Euro star, maybe. But like bringing in the wrestlers on NXT last week, it's like, okay, there's a move, a wave of some changes coming with new faces and stuff like that. So I'm imagining we get a lot more of that. Who knows? In a few weeks, we could see RFK Jr.'s niece on NXT TV.
Oh boy, yeah.
Do you think she'll cut promos that sounds like him?
What, talking about Tylenol and
I will beat you in the main event. I can't. Is it just me? I can't watch that guy talk. Am I bad? I just put him down. I don't know. Is it the worm in his brain making him do that? I don't know. But
yeah,
if the rumors are true, his niece will be future WWE star.
Crazy.
Can't wait.
Absolutely crazy. And sounds like the ultimate Nepo hire, but maybe she'll prove everyone wrong and she'll be the next Charlotte Flair or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see if that actually happens. Well, you got to make room for all these new signings by getting rid of some old ones.
Oh,
and
boy.
I guess that's where we will start today. It is a new day. Yes, it is. Pour one out. Pour a few out for the new day.
Yeah, I mean, this one is pretty huge. You know, Kofi, former WWE champion, multi-time tag team champions, and like a legit, I'd say, main event act. The New Day, there was a point where these guys were one of, if not the most popular thing on WWE TV for quite a while. They've been stale though for quite a while, and they had that heel turn a year ago, which was executed excellently, I thought, and the build to it and everything was fantastic. But then nothing happened after that. They've been paired with Grayson Waller, which is strange. They've like barely been on pay-per-views. They're like tag titles when they had a run were barely defended. And their stock, I feel, dropped massively in WWE. But I think two guys that people probably considered lifers at one point, and I think we're seeing with TKO now that isn't so much of a thing. Now, I think reporting is suggesting that they negotiated a new deal which took them through to 2030, about a year or so ago. But TKO wanted them to take a significant cut, and I think they know their worth, and they know that their talents haven't really been used to the best of their ability for the last year or so, and have said, actually, you know what? No, we want out. So good for them. Like this is huge, I think, and could be really exciting to see what these guys do outside of WWE.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think it was Observer reporting that they had signed contracts just last year that were 5 years each. And then now come to them being like, oh, actually, you're going to take a 50% pay cut. And I guess they didn't want to do that. And they know their worth and they walked. So we're in this time, like I know wrestling fans, maybe we feel different ways about it. It's like, I know some people are like, ooh, release day. And like, oh, it's time of the year where it's like, it changes things up. It means maybe some wrestlers go somewhere else. Maybe some wrestlers retire. Maybe new wrestlers come in. Like, it's just, it is sometimes you got to remember people losing their jobs and stuff like that. But for the most part, if they want to continue and work and thrive in wrestling, then like I almost get excited for like, okay, you're not in WWE anymore, but this doesn't mean you can't go do all these other things, go film movies, acting, Comic-Cons, whatever. Like the world is open once you leave that WWE bubble, right? Because they don't let you do a lot of other stuff like we've seen. Okay, they've been a little bit better lately, but still. And I was genuinely shocked, especially with Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, the two of them. Like they were a pretty big deal, and they've been in the company for so long. All these years, you hear interviews of wrestlers today who are stars being like, hey, if it wasn't for them, like being themselves, maybe I wouldn't be here and existing. And I hear that with a lot of fans. Like, hey, look, these guys, the three of them with Big E, they like broke down barriers and some stereotypes and stuff. And I always like applauded them for that. I always thought they were like super creative with the ways the New Day was presented in TV all these years. And okay, the last year since the heel run, it was kind of a dud, but I don't know if it's on them. I think it's on WWE. The creative has been the issue across the board.
Like man, if you can't find something for two guys as talented as Woods and Kofi, like that is on you. That is not on them. Like that heel turn was excellent. And then they just weren't booked. They booked barely anything after that. They had a little run with the Viking Raiders at Mania last year, I think. And beyond that, like what happened?
So like, again, I feel like we went to Kofi Mania. We were at WrestleMania 35. Like, that's the standout memory from that show. Like that show kind of sucks, but that match and that moment is like one of the best WrestleMania moments like ever. And they totally dropped the ball when they jobbed him out to Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Right? They showed we don't actually give a fuck about this guy, or you fans that give a fuck about him. That was a pretty big slap to the face. Not even just like Brock Lesnar beating him, but like, here's the match, F5, 1, 2, 3. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, really?
With no rematch, no
nothing.
Kofi not ever really challenging for a title after that.
Yeah. Crazy, considering like people still talk about that moment and match and stuff like that. But so the story is here. They felt like they're being slighted a little bit. We've been here for so long, and now we're taking pay cuts. So actually, just before recording here today, Kofi Kingston put out a big post just about an hour ago, and it's a few posts now since, but he's written a lot of stuff, and I would go check it out at True Kofi. I wonder if he gets to keep that handle. He might lose his last name, but I feel like he could keep Kofi, right? That's not his real name, I'm assuming. But at True Kofi, he could keep that, I think. I don't want to go through the whole thing, but something I found. I mean, this message that he had posted, and it's a video of himself with his, it looks like his daughter here, where he's like, finally get to be at home, I guess, with his kid. But a sentence out of it that I did find telling or interesting was, this wasn't supposed to be a novel, so let me wind it down with some advice. Do your best to live a life without regrets. Control what you can control. Always give it your all and fight hard for what you believe in. Do not ever compromise or accept less than your due when it comes to your worth. Find the courage to believe in yourself and fearlessly pursue your goals, dreams, because anything is possible. So there you go. Maybe they do feel a little slighted that, like, hey, after all this work and years, business relationship, maybe they felt like it was time to walk. And yeah, that's the new wave of release days in 2025, 2026 is WWE parts ways with. We didn't release you because that's not the right word. Did we fire you? Not really. We just tried to fuck you over.
We mutually decided to no longer be with each other.
I did think they'd be lifers for sure, forever. And I'm not saying there's not a chance they ever come back or like a Hall of Fame down the line or whatever. Like, I'm sure, but I was genuinely shocked by these two.
These contracts, though, are disgusting, right? Like, they're not worth anything. And it's almost it almost works backwards, because if you get offered a huge money contract with WWE, you're more likely to get cut than others, like, whereas if you're not making that much, you'll probably slip by when these things happen. But
Apollo Crews,
yeah, but it's you can't just break a contract. You can't just renegotiate it. It's ridiculous. Like, this is a 5-year contract. It's not. It's a rolling 90-day contract is what you get given with WWE. And it baffles me. And the unionization thing, I don't think it's ever going to happen. But man, a lot of these wrestlers look stupid for signing these contracts, and I don't think in any other business you'd get away with it. And, I was reading up about top stars asking for no cut clauses in their things. And apparently only a couple have that no cut clause, but most are told, oh, no, we don't do that. But don't worry, we're never going to cut you. And then you see Woods and Kofi leaving, and good for them, it being kind of on their own terms. I'm super excited to see what they do. And if it is AEW, I know that's, the biggest other landing base for them. I think that would be awesome. There are some dream matches there we'd love to see. I'd be interested to see the effect if they do show up in AEW, because they have a lot of huge fans behind them who have possibly never tried out the AEW product. And if they follow them across, they are names that could, I'm not saying now crush WWE, but I could see an increase in viewership with the New Day going there.
Absolutely. That's definitely, like, again, like, I think Kofi's been there, it feels like way longer than 10 years. Like, if Woods has been doing this for over 10 years, then Kofi was there long before, right? Like, I'm thinking like 2000s. I am, that's hitting me. I'm so old, because I remember watching WWE ECW with the promos for Kofi Kingston. There's trouble in paradise. I remember that. I watched that. So, like, this dude's been going for a long time. So I do think that AEW is the destination for these two. Like, the stuff with, like, I'm a big like Kenny and Bucks fan, and like the years of these guys all clearly being friends, like where they were trolling each other, they would do video game contests, and they would the Bucks and the Elite had like their version of the Super Kicks t-shirt that I saw, of course, Pro Wrestling Tees brought back literally today. Interesting. Like all the online bickering and bantering that you can clearly see there's like a friendship there, a relationship there. So obviously the Bucks versus Kofi and Woods would be great. It sucks because wait, you're saying the New Day are gone from WWE, but the only one still working for WWE is the one who's on the shelf permanently. Yeah. Crazy. Crazy. That's a shame too, because you would wish for the trios match there. But I do think these two guys would bring some sort of, eyes to AEW. Like, there's got to be interest for even the people who are like so anti. No, I only watch like what I grew up on, and maybe it will be enough to be like, well, actually, let me go see what they do over there.
I could see Allin us having the 3-way ladder match.
It's 90 days, so okay.
Edge and Christian, Young Bucks, FTR, and like at WrestleMania 33. Where the Hardys came back. You do it where to go. It's been announced by Tony Khan that there is a 4th team added to this match. But who? And New Day come out. Like, that'd be awesome. Throw them right in there. Like, a huge debut. It's whether, they'll be available before then. So whether they want to build them up on TV or anything. But I think for a big stadium moment, if you will, I think that would be pretty cool.
I do see them going to AEW. Like we talked, shout out Benno, who joined you last week when the kind of the big haul of releases. But then on Tuesday on Up Next, we definitely kind of went over like where we think a lot of these let go or released wrestlers will end up. And I don't necessarily think there's a whole lot of them that will show up in AEW, but I would definitely say Kofi Kingston and Xavier are someone I would personally put on TV 100%. Like, WWE fumbled them right now. They kind of got bored of them, these old toys, I guess. And maybe a fresh coat of paint somewhere else could really be exciting.
ChatGPT just didn't know how to write for them.
Look at you being all anti-WWE. I love it. Yeah, let it out. Bring it out. I genuinely am excited to see what these guys do. And I do imagine they go to AEW. Get paid what you're worth, boys. Make that bag. Although I'm sure they want to hang out with like their families and stuff for a little bit. But fuck it.
They got 3 months to do that. and then book your flight to London.
Wembley. Book it. Yeah. Absolutely. Truly shot. And then you know what? Ooh, who's the guy who does the AEW music? Get Ruckus. Ruckus is on the phone right now with who did Collie Buds, who did Kofi's original theme song. Get him on a song, and boom. Yeah, I love that song, by the way. SOS. I always thought the song was you. My name is Shelton.
Yeah, it sounds like that.
My brother always said that. I'm like, that's not what he's saying. He's like, why is he saying his name Shelton? He's Kofi. I'm like, that's not what the lyrics. Super excited to see those two guys back in a wrestling ring, having some fun. They fit the vibe of AEW. Like, I want to see some pancakes and some cereal boxes and some, I don't want any of what they were doing in the last few years. They have been like B-C level characters, and I think they could be easily bigger than that. So know your worth and fight for your right.
Yeah, but that's not it as far as releases go, because JC Mateo and Tonga Loa are no longer with WWE.
Wow. It felt like yesterday I was just watching, what's this fucking name? JC Mateo on SmackDown with the face paint, and he's already gone? What happened there? What was that? What was that about?
Weird. I mean, I just think Tonga Loa went out the best way possible, and that was
on his back,
falling off a table and then rolling back onto the table. You've seen that clip, right?
Oh yeah.
Like this guy was. I did a show once, a musical, and there was a cast member who we like kind of meanly nicknamed the Plant, because we thought she was planted in the like ensemble to sabotage it, because she was so incredibly bad. Like just the simplest things, like it's a dance number and you clap, and she'd miss the clap and would look around and clap like 5 seconds after on her own, and just like ridiculous shit like that. I felt Tonga Loa was the Plant here, because he hilariously his fuck ups were so often, and just like how do you fuck up laying on a table? Like that's insane.
He's fucked up so many times. I can't even remember all. Like, there's so many. I think at least once every time he was on screen. Like, that's a crazy batting average. I literally think every time this guy was involved in something, there was something that people picked out. Like, this guy can't even do that right.
like wasn't his debut? Wasn't his debut a botch? Wasn't it?
His debut was a botch. I remember the low blow to Kevin Owens where he fucked it up. So he's like, I guess I better redo it. I remember that.
Yeah.
Like clear as day. I remember when he signed, I was like, why? Like we do a show called wasNXT and we've watched his old stuff. I've watched him in New Japan. I hated him there too. Like just bless him, make your money and hopefully you still have a career. I think he'll go back to New Japan. They'll take fucking anyone at this point, but big head scratch of even why these guys were brought into WWE. It's like whenever that was, what feels like a year or so ago when this like shittier bloodline stuff was going down with these guys, it felt like, hey, AJ's retiring. He's been talking about that New Japan stuff. We got Nakamura. Like, hey, what if we went after some of those other like New Japan Bullet Club guys? Are those guys working anywhere? Oh yeah, I think some of them are free agents. Oh yeah, like Kenny Omega, Jay White, the Young Bucks, and they're like, yeah, go see if we can get them for WWE. People like Bullet Club stuff. Yeah, go see if those guys. And then they came back with these guys, and they're like, look, we got you New Japan stars, and then they're like, oh, sick, because Triple H didn't know the difference. So it's like, then they get shown on TV, and it's like, what? These guys suck. And JC Mateo got to be one of the worst names. Jesus Christ Mateo for WWE SmackDown. Got to be one of the worst WWE runs ever. I don't even recall watching him in a singles match. Did he have any singles matches?
Very few. Very
like
few.
2. Like, insane. Like this guy was just a bodyguard, I guess. But
I've never been as high on Jeff Cobb as other people have. But I recognize, like, there have been some matches where I've been like, oh man, this guy's good. And the size of him, the way he moves, he's never necessarily been the most charismatic promo. But I think there was more to get out of him. Like there really wasn't much effort put into this this run for him. And yeah, I don't know. Like I think he's someone who had massive potential a few years ago. I think before he signed with WWE, and I remember us saying like, sure, why not get that payday? But yeah, I don't know. I guess he just goes back to Japan as well, wouldn't you think?
I guess there's just so much, like he had the stuff with the United Empire and like they've moved on and they're doing bigger things now. So like, I guess you could put him back in there. I always thought he was kind of boring. I always liked his wrestling, but I'll always go back to MSG. He had a match with Ospreay in like one of the opening matches of the ROH New Japan MSG show we were at, which was a great show. And I thought that he kind of shit the bed. Like him and Ospreay should have put on like a classic. And I was like, yeah, it was fine. And ever since then, I'm like, oh, actually, maybe you're not that great, but I never disliked him, but I just don't think he's that exciting. And they completely botched whatever attempt. I don't even know what they were trying with him in this company, but just a wet fart of like, why you went through all that shit to like leave what you had before to try WWE, and bless you for trying. I'm sure that's a lot of people's goals and dreams in this industry and business, but then that happens. And then it's just like, for fuck's sake, like go make your name somewhere else. You can live comfortably not being in WWE in the world of wrestling in these days. So I imagine he bounces back and maybe has an even better run this time around. Maybe he needs to prove it to himself and prove it to the people. Like, I'm not just the shitty Bloodline 2.0 bodyguard. I am like better than that. So maybe we will see. He dabbled with AEW. It's kind of seemed like Tony wanted him at one point, right?
He had a weird, like he did a couple of one shots, didn't he? Like he was Jericho paid him off to be like a protection or whatever.
No one knows how to book this guy.
Yeah. I think there's some of that sports entertainment that's just missing from him. The guy can wrestle, but it's both companies. You do need a bit more than that. I know people say AEW is the wrestling company, but you do need to be able to promo there as well. Like, if anything, like I think the promos in AEW are far superior most of the time. So, yeah, I personally think Japan is probably his best option.
Yeah, I could see that too, and maybe Forbidden Door and some stuff with AEW too. Sure. But yeah, I just what flops these characters. Every time I saw Tonga Loa on TV, I was like, nope, not watching that. So I don't think they made a bad choice. Again, I'm sorry to knock the guy while he's down, but he'll do better not in WWE.
Learn to lay on like he was hired for this story. He was hired because he's
both of them
somewhat related. Yeah, I mean, like I think Tama Tonga has a bit more to offer than these two do. But yeah, they were just filling the numbers to fill in to be able to do that. War Games, Bloodline v Bloodline.
Once we did that,
we can get rid.
Do you think it's possible they just found out that Jeff Cobb isn't Samoan? Is he Samoan? He's Samoan. He's not Samoan.
He's Hawaiian.
Yeah. They're like, wait a second.
Yeah.
Wait a second. You're not even part of this family. You're out. You're out of here. Here's a tour of the islands. Go back. I don't know. I feel like they'll be better off.
But wasn't Camacho Mexican as well?
Man, you gotta listen to wasNXT where we talk about the old Camacho and Tonga. I don't know. I never liked that guy, but it's so funny that like he was on screen so much and almost every time he's fucking up. It's just bless him.
Now I wonder if these recent cuts. I know we often have cuts around this time of year, but when you're hearing about big stars being offered pay cuts, like 50% pay cuts and that sort of thing, and we know WWE are making quite a bit of money. Question things like why are they doing all these big cuts and everything? And well, there was a story that came out yesterday from The Observer about how at one point it looked like the Saudis were going to take over WWE with Vince remaining in charge. However, they pulled out. And quite recently, the Live Golf deal has been terminated. So are Saudis getting a little cold feet with this relationship maybe? And I think the deal, wasn't it a 10-year deal that started in 2018? I think. So we got a couple of years left, but could they be backing out of WWE after that? And could some of these moves and contract negotiations and stuff be WWE potential or TKO potentially feeling we might not have that money coming in a couple of years?
That's totally fair. I didn't even think of it like that. I didn't see that story, but I know that just in like conversations with friends and stuff, the Live Golf thing, pretty interesting. Like, you know, there's that stigma with the anytime American stuff, like WWE was one of the first ones to do it, and they got kind of criticized, rightfully so. I think of the comedy, like the comedians that all like went over and got paid a shit ton of money, like Dave Chappelle, etc. And they're kind of getting, you know, trashed for saying for doing those kinds of deals and going over there and stuff like that. And I don't know, maybe just in general, the Saudi deals and relations are kind of like the Live Golf thing kind of going away. Maybe WWE eventually this stops as well. Like, I don't know. Maybe they'll start their own company. But isn't it funny? Like, people thought that the Saudis were going to buy WWE. Remember when there's the whole stories we were talking, people were like, oh my God, no way. That's not going to happen. And then it's like, they actually did try to do that. It's like, oh shit.
It's like, also, I think so. If it is, and this is top of my head, if it's 2028 that deal runs out, I think it's 2029 where Netflix can decide to drop WWE if they choose to. Wasn't it a 5-year deal? But no, it was a 10-year deal, but they have the option after 5 to cut it short. So maybe, you know, creatively things haven't been good. Ticket sales have been down. We saw with WrestleMania that being down. Still, you know, financially a success, but everything's starting to trend a little downwards, and maybe the bubbles burst a little and TKO are getting a little nervous.
They should, because fuck them.
Yeah.
They ruined my wrestling. I can't watch these shows anymore. WrestleMania broke me as a fan. Yeah, night 2 main event was spectacular. Everything else, I'm so done with this company. I get paid to watch NXT from a website. So I watch that on Tuesdays. But God, my God, you know what I did today? I told you I'm feeling sick. So I put on Raw. I do love Netflix having my wrestling. It's so accessible. And I skipped half through the show. I was like, this sucks. Don't like this. This sucks. Don't like this. Commercials, ads, commercials, Danhausen. Okay. SmackDown. Ricky Saints, no pop, all this stuff. I'm like, I don't even know if this is for me anymore. Like, I feel that way for a long time about WWE product. I feel gross. And then we're talking about TKO and fucking over people. They love to tell us at WrestleMania, look how much money we made. But fuck you, Kofi Kingston. Take a pay cut.
Yeah.
I wonder if the bubble will eventually burst where they realize, oh, we're not as popular as maybe we thought. I think, again, I say this to friends. I feel like we were having this discussion maybe just at lunch yesterday, where the wrestling thing is really popular right now. You're seeing way more movies featuring pro wrestling characters or stories in the movies, TV shows, music videos, where the music video for someone who has nothing to do with wrestling, the theme of the video will be a wrestling match or something. Like, I'm seeing wrestling way more than I did ever. So like, that must be good for wrestling. At least it seems it is for WWE. And I don't know, like, the bubble will eventually, like, there's got to be a lot of people that watched WrestleMania. Maybe it was their first WrestleMania. Maybe your friends are like, oh, this wrestling's so hot right now. And then you watch it, you're like, I don't know. That's it. I'm sure it goes the opposite, where someone watches it. Oh, I love this shit now. Like we all were at one point, right? When you first watch it. I don't know. It's in this weird thing. The TKO thing, I think, is rubbing fans the wrong way. But then the other side of it is WWE fans don't care. We will pay that money. We will buy your shit. We will watch every week. So I don't see Netflix pulling out of this deal. I think Netflix is out of like the ESPN stuff and whatever's going on with TKO Saudi. I think Netflix is the one thing that they are happy with. Like, it looks like they do well. When I turn on my Netflix, it always tells me the top 10 shows of the week and the top 10 movies. And like, WWE is always somewhat in those top 5, top 3 spots. I feel like the Netflix numbers are extremely well. And it's difficult because in the States, it's only Raw, right? Whereas here, again, we get like access to everything. I can go watch St. Valentine's Day Massacre. That one keeps popping up in my Netflix. I'm like, can we move away from that? I don't need to watch that. Yeah, I don't know. Like the business stuff, of course, they're going to cut people and do these things because then they got to bring more people in. But it does feel icky when you literally air things on your show. You don't need to, but you plaster all over like, hey, look, we make so much money. And then to go do all this other like kind of sus shady shit. I don't know, but that's business, right? I guess in a way, but I'm seeing fans are like pissed by a lot of this stuff. And I feel like every year the fans are like, how could you release Zelina Vega, my favorite? How could you do this? And it's like, well, business is business. So, right. Yeah.
You can support them wherever they go. Support them elsewhere.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, or not.
Yes. Or not.
TNA will be great for them, I'm sure. But yeah, I always love when something I love, like say a band you love that isn't popular, all of a sudden they blow up. Now, okay, it's going to cost more to go see them. But don't you feel like, I love those guys before they were popular? Or I'm happy to see an actor that I watched on Goosebumps, like a Ryan Gosling or something, now be huge and famous. I'm like, fuck yeah, I fucking love that shit. I support that. I'm the same way with wrestling, and I've always been. If I'm in public and some dude's wearing an NWO shirt, I'm like, yo, too sweet. I always tell people about wrestling because I always want people to watch it, and I love it. I love to see it get as popular as it did. But then now that it has, it's all about the money, and I'm like, no, wait, no. You know what? I'm going to keep that to myself. Don't go watch it. I'll watch it. Does that make sense? Is that like, You know what I mean? Now I'm seeing everyone wearing WWE shirts, and you go, oh, wow. Wow, Rhea Ripley. Yeah. Did you watch her match? No. I just think she's hot and I wore her shirt. It's like, what? No, you don't even know what that is? Oh man.
You're not turning on one of those guys. Have you name me 3 Nirvana songs.
I do think if you can't name 3 songs of a band, maybe you shouldn't wear the shirt. If you can name 5, absolutely. Yes. But it's the same way where you're seeing like a lot of I always joke like wrestling fans and WWE fans is different things, right? Altogether. But I don't know. I want to see WWE be super popular and everyone talks about it. But the more they do, the more I dislike WWE by a lot. So yeah, there's my TED Talk.
Well, we have our main event for Backlash set. Roman Reigns taking on Jacob Fatu. We haven't really talked about this yet, but Jacob Fatu stepping up and then taking out Roman with the Tongan death grip on Raw. and still a little beef with the Usos as well. What do you think of this direction and Jacob being put in the title picture?
It's really cool for Jacob, 100%. Unfortunately, it gives me like bloodline shit all over again. So I'm very disinterested off the bat. I'm hoping the match is good, and I think it will be. I think Jacob can step up. The best part that I did like from this was Jacob kind of saying some truthful stuff like, hey, you guys were rich and famous and I'm grinding and I got like 12 kids, whatever it is that he's got. And like, I like when they mix in the truthful stuff, but I can't say I'm going to sink my teeth into this. Like, there's literally nothing they could do to make me be like, oh, wow, I'm pumped or I'm so into this. But
I mean, I think have a good match, like Roman had a good one at Mania and Fatu is capable of it, and it's cool. Like, it's really cool seeing him in this position. I think it does feel fresh, and I think I'd say some of the positives are the little bit of the roster shakeup at the moment, and some of the fresh names, your Obers, your Tricks, your Fatal Influence, and yeah, like Jacob being pushed into this position. It's just, it always sucks being the first challenger after WrestleMania. We always say like this is the Kane role, Kane or Big Show. So I don't see Jacob Fatu winning this, but I think it's a little stamp that maybe down the line he could be a champion. Or do they completely shock us and have Jacob just steamroll him?
Is Roman even going to be here for this match?
Well, yeah, that's another thing. If you, it's funny how the timing goes where Roman was announced for the whole summer, and then
I'm going to be around so much. I'm going to be back. I'm back. You're going to see a whole lot more of me this summer. I think that was his words.
And then you're hearing all these potential pay cuts, and now Roman will not be attending the June dates.
Oh, sorry, anyone who bought tickets to go see him in June. What was it? Is it him? Is it scheduling? Is he going to go film a movie? Is it Street Fighter? Did they fuck up? Did they just, oh shit, actually, we didn't actually get you for June? But I wouldn't even care about this because like this guy's been doing this for a while and he's a fucking superstar. He's literally said it in his promos, hey, I don't need to be there every week, fuck you. Pay me, essentially. The only issue is literally the video or whatever I just mentioned like last week, 2 weeks ago. You're gonna see a whole lot more of me. I'm back, I'm champion. And it's like, if you didn't do that video, I don't know if people would brush up as much as they did with this, with kick up about this, like, oh, he's missing dates. So I don't know what it is, but we'll still see the backlash. Maybe he does lose then and give it to Jacob and Roman take some time off or something. I don't see that happening.
I think, I'm finding I love the idea of this match. I like how when Roman was trying to like, little brother him a bit, and he just snaps and doesn't listen to any of it and applies the Tongan death grip. Like, I thought that was really cool. I have not enjoyed the like Solo Sikoa being involved and all that. That feels like a complete retread. We've done that story. Reheated. We told that story, and I think there's a way which what I kind of liked about this is it seems we're doing the Jey Uso story, but Jacob Fatu is Jey Uso instead, and we'll have to acknowledge him. And it feels like the character of Jacob Fatu is like, I ain't doing that bullshit, which I like. But then the Solo thing brings that all down. So we'll see. It's I'd love to see Jacob win this thing at Backlash. I think it would be cool.
I don't know if it's necessarily his time, but fuck it, you could do it either way. Like, why not? I guess essentially, but I don't know. As soon as I saw Roman, Usos, fucking all of these bloodlines, I'm like, I don't want to watch any of it. You could tell me it was the best wrestling segment or match or anything. I'm so done with that. Like, can we just move away from it and just evolve somehow? Like, go away for a while, the Usos or something. I don't know what it is, but I don't know if I'm alone either. Like, talking to other people who are friends who watch a lot, they're like, oh, the bloodline stuff, just can't watch this anymore. I'm like, oh, I feel that way. And I know I'm sure there's a Maddie Edwards of the world who are like, yes, they're on a talking segment again where they're the bloodline. And hey, fuck it. If you love them, then you love them. But I'm over
for me, it's way too soon going back to it as well. Like we've done a bloodline. We've done like 2 bloodline reunions already since the bloodline. Like 3. We've had those war games, Matt. And it doesn't feel like, you know, distance makes the heart grow fonder, right? Like, if you had them all doing their own thing and then 3-4 years down the line you do it, cool, it might mean something. But for me, it's very rehashing, and it's so yeah, very feeding this shit into ChatGPT and seeing what comes out. So yeah,
let's take a pause for a second about the ChatGPT thing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say I can't believe it. I do, because I've watched this last year of this WrestleMania build. So what happened? It's Nick who mentioned it, that like, yeah, we do use it.
I think it was Mark Shapiro who mentioned it. Who he did okay. Giving a little bit of credit, what he said was basically we use it to like analyze data to see what, this story's resonating with this audience. So let's do more of that. Yeah, okay.
Via Post Wrestling, of course, Post Wrestling, Brandon Thurston, John Pollock, goats of wrestling journalism. We see this is Mark Shapiro, TKO president. Quote here: Nick Khan and Triple H are using AI for storylines with the WWE. What's resonating? What superstars are resonating? In what pockets of the country are they resonating? That helps us with obviously our content, our editorial, our creative, our mapping, our touring, and of course, maximizing revenue and getting our product out to the fans in most need of it. So they're putting in all the data and analytics. Who's buying shirts? Where are they buying them from? Who's watching this? And then it all spits out more bloodline trash. I don't know. All I got from this is, yeah, we use AI in storylines. Okay, stop the sentence there, because we can tell, buddy. We can fucking tell, right? Like, you know that one person that you went to high school with that you might still have on Facebook, who for some reason thinks that no one else knows that he uses AI in his photos that he posts on his Facebook?
Right.
That's pretty much Triple H, right?
Yeah.
He's like, you guys don't know I'm using AI. Fucking Bloodline 6.0, Gingerbread Man, all that shit. Well, we'll get into that in a sec. But like, clearly, you guys suck. Just hire a fucking writer, dude.
Man, it's people. That I'm a broken record, but it's the creative that is just so uninspired on that show. And yeah, and it is letting down talents, and the fact you can't come up with something for the New Day is ridiculous.
Like, you're using this, okay, obviously using AI in today's world, in the thing was last week on NXT, they used the whole AI video, which I just was so dumb. I hated it, like slop. It didn't even look like the characters they were trying to portray in the video with Sol Ruka. Whereas using AI for, like, I don't know, helping you with business and analytics, sure, okay, I completely understand that, but we shouldn't be using AI to help us create, dare I say the word, art, entertainment, sports entertainment, art. We shouldn't be using that. We should be using AI and robots to help us do the numbers and carrying our bags and doing all the labor, so that we can, humans with the soul, can create art and, you know, connect and everything. And I'll say that WWE is soulless. They are plastic. And this fucking confirms it, that they're using AI to write their show. The show you watch every week is not even written by actual people. They couldn't be fucked to care. They'll just use chatbot. It's like, come on, man. And there's a difference between someone like me and you using it to, like, you know, I need to spruce up my resume. I better type into AI. Like, this is using it for art. Like, what?
Like, I'll use it for, you know, proofreading or like fixing grammar and or even like I just did my taxes, and I'm pretty, like, I have organized mess, right? So like when I'm doing like Poisonrana expenses, like shit we've spent money on, money we've got in, I just have it all in a document, and it's not particularly organized. But I could just throw that into AI and be like, hey, tell me how much I spent on equipment for Poisonrana. Tell me how much I spent on tickets, and it will organize it. That's great. That's something that's completely time consuming and stopping me from doing, you know, putting more creativity into this. It's helping me there. I'm not taking away anyone's job there, apart from, well, an accountant, which I'm not going to pay money for. So you know what I mean? But that's where it should be used. And okay, the data analysis, cool. Yeah. Like find out, oh, we've realized that Jey Uso is really popular when he comes on at 9 o'clock with women under 36 or whatever. Like, cool. That's great. But to actually write shit, it just, you can tell it's so bland and uncreative.
It's been that way. Like, I imagine they've been using it for a while. Like, because to me as a fan, like this last year especially is just like fucking brutal to watch. And like this makes so much sense. When someone's like, oh, I made an album. Oh yeah, you do music? Yeah. I used AI. I'm not an actual musician. I just use AI and here's my album. That's not a real album. Fuck you. Hire a writer. Hire a television writer. Who, like, there's gotta be hundreds, thousands of people out there who could actually help create a show. But this just proves that no matter what Triple H and Shapiro or Nick Khan or whatever these TKO people shove down your throats, you're gonna like it and you're gonna watch it. And that's their MO, and they don't give a fuck. they get your money, that's what they care about. So just remember that when you watch these shows. And that's I feel the ick when I watch WWE, and I just can't do it. And this just adds to, like, of course they're using AI. Of course. Okay. Trick called him a gingerbread man. What should we do tonight? What if we got a gingerbread man? Yeah, that's this. Like shit like that. I just imagine them being like, well, we could ask Chat GPT, and then it's taken over. Like it's absolute. How long till we get robots wrestling? AI wrestling in general. Fuck it. Why are we hiring people? Why do I need to hire and give Cody Rhodes $8 million a year or whatever when I can just AI digitally create these wrestlers and characters that have catchphrases that get over and music that's AI created and videos that, like, why? Where does it end? Right?
Yep.
So that pissed me off completely. See, I mean, I watched NXT and I saw the video of Sol Ruka. I was like, what the fuck is that? So you tell me this show isn't written by AI. Like, of course, because it sucks. It's like Hallmark movies where they just throw shit into AI, and it's like, of course, no one was shocked when Hallmark is like, yeah, we've been using AI. Yeah, we know, dude, we know. Copy pasta. But yeah, I sorry to interrupt the Backlash hype, but I'm someone in the chat, Grandmaster, I see you, thank you. He's saying it looks like Roman is maybe not working the June dates because of the Saudi show. Now, could that be in some way? Is there stuff there? I know he's worked them in the past, so I don't know if that's
before. Yeah, maybe with everything going on, doesn't feel particularly safe doing it. I don't know.
Yeah, true. There's that, I guess, as well. With everything in the way of the world is. So, what, they're going in June for Night of Champions?
Yes.
Right. So,
which, if he's not doing that, maybe he does drop the title.
Yeah. True. How can you have a Night of Champions without the champion?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, thing is, there's more belts and matches they have on these shows, so I doubt every champion's going to be featured anyway.
Feels like feels like there's no matches on these shows sometimes when I watch them.
Ricky Saints made his SmackDown debut. Obviously, we've been following him on NXT all these months and way back when AEW, and pretty much debuted the way we predicted, coming face to face with Cody Rhodes and having a match with Cody. What did you make of this debut?
Like, this guy, Ricky Saints, we've watched him. We've watched Starks in AEW and some indie stuff as well. I always thought he's a fantastic talker and promo. But then I think to myself, what, did they use AI to write this promo? Friday night SmackDown is Saints or whatever he said. I'm like, what? That's not catchy. And it's not creative. Everyone
Friday Night Saints.
Yeah. Friday Night Saints. I'm like, okay. I don't know. I actually didn't like this debut. And I like Ricky. I'm hot and cold with Ricky, actually. Like, sometimes he'll deliver and he'll be good and entertaining. And then sometimes I'm like, okay. So I don't know. I'm feeling two ways. I did watch this in full, and I don't know. I was expecting some oomph. I was expecting some fire. And like I said, I got copy paste like promo Friday Night Saints, and I'm gonna beat you. And okay, I don't know. I didn't think it was very
I thought this was nowhere near as strong as his debut in AEW when he challenged Cody. You know, I think
right.
He's, because it was the same thing, right? He confronts him, cuts a promo, they have a match, and Cody wins, but Ricky looks good in the match. I just thought he seemed quite generic, and I'm with you. I'm a little hot and cold on Ricky as well. I've really liked him at times. Like some of his promos have been excellent in the past, and I liked the strap match with Brian, and he's had good matches before, but I didn't find this as exciting. It did feel written rather than coming from the heart, and I losing maybe a bit of that passion that we see in him sometimes. The reaction from the audience was a little tepid as well. I almost feel if he just skipped NXT and debuted on the main roster, it would have had more of an impact, but
yeah,
we're kind of the audience that don't know him because they don't watch NXT or anything
no
else,
reaction.
They're going to be, who is this guy? And the people that do know him, well, we've been watching him every Tuesday for a year, so it's not that big a deal either. So, and I thought the match was just okay. I didn't think he particularly blew me away in that either. It wasn't the, what they try and do. It's like, yes, you've lost to the champion, but you took them to the limit. Like us playing pool yesterday. But it wasn't that. It felt kind of relatively easy win for Cody.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a little bit of a head scratcher. I know that this guy is flashy and capable of spitting some fire, and he didn't do that. And then I'm like, okay, well, then I watch him wrestle. Again, sometimes he's really good. And then I watch him, and I was like, oh, there's just some other guy. If I never seen him before, he's just some other jobber who came out and the champion beat, and that's it. And then go on to the bigger story with Gunther after that, right? Where Gunther comes out after Cody beats him and then puts him in the sleeper. It's like completely forget about what just happened. What if Gunther helped Ricky win in his debut? And then all of a sudden it's like, wow, I beat the champion on my debut match or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anything other than what they did. I just thought what they did was boring. It's like not a great promo, not a great match. It's just like, oh, okay, I guess. I don't know. He's been up and down on NXT, and I do think that rock concert thing ruined some stock maybe for him, but he'll bounce back. I still think he could be something in WWE, and this was just the first impression for some people, but I just didn't. I think it was a miss, unfortunately.
Yeah. Cody Gunther is a direction I like. I assume that will be added to Backlash as well, but that feels like I know we've seen but they had the Crown Jewel match, I think, and they've been the final two of the Rumble before, but it still feels relatively fresh, these two. But again, it's kind of interesting booking because it feels a lot of stuff has still been shaken around since before Mania. We had the rumored tag match with Randy and Randy Jelly Roll and who was the other one?
Pat McAfee.
Pat, yes. Which Pat and Jelly Roll are apparently not wanting to have anything to do with it anymore, them pulling out. Randy was going to win the title at Mania, then he didn't. We were expecting maybe, after the punt, a Randy challenging Cody at Backlash, but
100%. Yeah.
Randy's been MIA since WrestleMania as well, so maybe it's to have him return at Backlash and take out Cody or something. But I feel Gunther, with the run he's been having with the retirement stuff and the Seth match, if he's challenging for the title, he should win the title.
Yeah, crazy. I feel like this is all maybe like you said, they had to maybe rejig some things, which maybe this is better. Than I don't want to watch Jelly Roll and Pat McAfee. I'd rather watch Cody and Gunther. So 100%. It just feels a little weird because you would expect the punt after the match means the Randy story isn't done. In Cody's eye, wouldn't he still be pissed at Randy Orton? Instead, now he's just Gunther just attacks him. This is really the copy paste of what they did with Seth at WrestleMania. They're like, fuck, we don't know what to do with him. All right, what if Gunther just attacks him? And they did it here, where it's like, now we're going in that direction. Now, I think the match will be good. Don't get me wrong. That sounds great. That sounds like the best match they could book for this show. Yeah. Just like, is Gunther going to lose again? Because we're not going to flip flop the title again with Cody, right? But
I mean, maybe you do. Does Randy Cody so apparently Randy's nursing some injuries, he was a bit banged up going into WrestleMania, so taking a bit of time off. But do you need the title for Randy and Cody? If if he comes
I don't
back.
even want to watch that again. I watched the first one and I don't ever want to watch that again, to be honest. So I don't know. I'm sure they're going to do it, a rematch.
Yeah.
But down the line, Minnesota, SummerSlam or something. But I guess I hope Gunther and Cody put on a good match. You know, Cody is such the company man, and I always love Cody. Don't get me wrong, but he's become such the WWE version, like WWFied. Like he says all the same things all the time. He doesn't. He plays it safe. Where I think it would be genuinely interesting to have the heel turn in the next year. I think it would be really refreshing. Again, Cody. Always love Cody. We'll always love Cody, but he's boring. He's boring. So boring. What do you want to talk about? Nothing. Fucking nothing. Please. I love Cody, but he's boring me now. Which I'm sure that's been the talk of the last year, right? With people like, oh, turn heel and all that. But I don't know.
There just hasn't been the interesting stories for him, really, has there? So it is the same rah-rah speech and stuff, and he's good at it. But yeah, I know what you mean. I still think a lot of people like Cody, even though you're hearing a bit of the vocal boos. He is still like he's still their top baby face at the moment. So I get the reluctance of turning, but I feel this run is starting to run its course, and maybe maybe a heel turn soon, like coming in out of the summer or whatever, would be a good move.
Right. Yeah, possibly. And then the real main event of SmackDown, the segment everyone is talking about, the death of the gingerbread man. Pour one out for our boy Gingy. I don't know if that's his name, but he looks like it. It could be his name. Sami Zayn cuts a promo and then attacks the gingerbread man, who is basically just a dummy at this point, like Yoshihiko or what was last week on NXT, Shiloh Hill and his buddy.
Oh yeah.
And he attacks the gingerbread man, and everyone is shocked. Trick Williams comes out. He's very shocked. This is all so stupid, and you'd probably imagine that I would hate this kind of stuff, but it's Trick Williams throwing up the X when he checks on the gingerbread man. I was like, fuck, that's funny. That's really funny. And then it's the promo backstage afterwards. Did you see him cut this promo? 5-star like this guy didn't need to wrestle. Just this guy, you're already becoming such a bigger star that I couldn't even fathom when I first watched him in NXT. But like, this guy's got to go to Hollywood. I've seen enough. Where he's cutting promos like, I do what I want to. Like, look at my wrist, 30K on my wrist, 30K on my thing. My girl ass mish legend. Every time I want a piece of that ass, I get it. I'm like, yo, this guy should be WWE champion. Like SummerSlam at this point. Like, I cannot believe how fucking entertaining. The one, I swear, the one thing that I actually was like, this guy is incredibly hilarious is Trick. I turned the corner. I don't even really care to watch him wrestle, to be honest. It's just everything else. I'm like, I gotta watch. He's must see for me. Like, I gotta see what he's gonna say. He's got it. Like, I don't know what it is, but he's fucking got it, man. Like, no more of these Rock comparisons to Ricky Saints. Like, this guy is the fucking closest to the Rock when he talks. Oh my god, he's so funny. I feel like the gingerbread man shit pissed a lot of people off, and it probably would have, but Trick was just so funny with it that
I think this whole Trick Sammy story has been one of the better things WWE has done. And I think Sammy is just such a great performer, and he just makes everything he's given work. And this slow turn, him going into WrestleMania, his frustrations with Cody and, starting to get a little bitter and jealous. We see so many turns in wrestling which are just sudden, and it's for the sake of doing a turn, right? This has been one of those logical ones where you understand why Sammy's getting annoyed, and the crowd are just kind of like you said with Cody, just starting to get a bit bored of him as this character and warming to guys like Trick. And Sammy doesn't get it, because Sammy's like, what? I do everything right. Why are you Why are you picking on me? Like, why are you cheering this guy over me? This guy's the arsehole. I'm not. And I think they've done a really good way of building that. And this gingerbread man thing in other people's hands would have been terrible. But it's the way Trick kind of cares for the gingerbread man makes it funny, right? And the way it really pisses off Sammy, like an unnecessary amount, makes it funnier. So I think it's really worked, and I think they've done a great like little double turn with Sammy and Trick. And yes, it does feel weird because Sammy is such a great babyface. It does feel weird that he has spent majority of his main roster run as a heel. Like, this is his second or maybe even third run as a heel on main roster, which is just bizarre. But he does also do it really well. And I think if you want to heat him up to be a world champion, the babyface character's stale. It can still be the babyface that wins the title, but for his character to have a bit of a refresh and to have people fall in love with him again, I think he does need to do this heel run at the moment.
You're right. Like, by the time we get to WrestleMania next year, he could be back to being a babyface and the boy who cried wolf title shot again or whatever. But
Kevin Owens, like, even if Kevin Owens isn't clear to wrestle, a Kevin Owens promo of like, you need to remember who the fuck you are kind of thing to get everyone behind, like Ace Steel to CM Punk style, that thing could really work. But I'm enjoying it. I think it's one of the better things in WWE at the moment.
It's just Trick. He's just so funny. Like, even when he comes out of the nurse, I don't know what the nurse's office, and he's just so sad, and like, and then he fires up like, I'm gonna get my, and then the graphic for next week, it's got to be one of the best graphics they've put up in a long time. What is it? The funeral for the gingerbread man.
Yeah.
See, wrestling, I'm unpredictable. See, I'll come on this show, be like, I need a 5-star match. I need some technical wrestling and some blood, sweat, and tears. And then I see a gingerbread man. I'm like, that's funny. That's funny.
It's a great costume, though, isn't it? Like,
Halloween costume, check right there. The funeral of Gingerbread Man next Friday at 8. They're going to get the best ratings they've ever gotten for this show. So there you go. See, I'm always honest, and I have no MO here. I hate WWE right now, but I fucking love whatever Trick Williams and this Gingerbread Man shit is. I'll eat that Gingerbread Man up. I love it all. So there you go. That's just my honest truth. I'm sure I've shocked some people, but that was the best part of WWE this whole week for me. It was literally Trick Williams throwing up the X and then cutting that promo. I was like, give this man the world title. Like, he just got it. Like, unfortunately, because that promo from Sammy is like, I've been doing this for years. And like, what don't I have, essentially? And it's like, then this guy comes out and it's like, fuck, this guy's been doing this for like a year, and he could be leaving in a year to go to Hollywood, essentially, already. But anyways, I think he's great. So continue booking Trick. Was there anything from WWE this week in the news or in wrestling or anything?
Continue to be impressed with Fatal Influence and their debut on SmackDown. I thought JC looked great in there against Charlotte. I thought she looked like she belonged. They're getting good reactions. So yeah, I think that's definitely a positive at the moment. Trying to think back as well. So yeah, I imagine we're going to some sort of 6-woman tag. Charlotte, Alexa, and Rhea taking on Fatal Influence down the line.
Right.
And then Io and Becky had their little thing on Monday on Raw. So I wonder if that's going to continue with Io chasing for the women's title. And I thought they started to build the Roxanne and Liv story quite nicely. And, Roxanne's someone we love, like her in NXT, like she's such a great wrestler. And I think they've done a nice build with her. I think if she just came in as a solo act, she could have got lost in the shuffle quite quickly. And I think attaching her with Judgment Day, it gives her kind of a purpose and a character. And now you can start telling the resentment story towards Liv, because Finn was the one that brought in Roxanne. So Roxanne's starting to not trust Liv so much. I think having the match in Laredo where it's her home crowd and she was getting babyface reactions is just going to help maybe those reactions naturally start following her. And I think you could build it to peak at SummerSlam and have Rox be the champ.
I think once she once it strikes hot, and she should be a big deal for WWE. Like Roxanne, like we've seen that she is an amazing wrestler, but now she's in the WWE audience. Like I'm seeing people online posting about her, like, oh, I like the side. Like these stables and the stories of these groups always works when it's the side character that you want to see break away, right? It's the classic. We've seen it a million times, right? So it's like it will work for her, like 100%. And babyface run will be amazing, even though her heel run is what really stepped up for her in NXT. So, but yeah, she is great, and I've just been waiting for her to become like in a year, in 2 years, people will be talking about how she's like a mainstay in WWE, like character, like a must-watch character.
She's had a couple of little hidden gem Raw matches, like against an EO or someone, but they are kind of hidden, and I don't think the main roster audience really realizes how good she is yet. Like if you've seen her stuff in NXT, you know what she's capable of, and having a babyface run as champ, I think would be great.
When is Backlash? Is it next week?
Backlash is
it's literally May 9th.
Next week.
Wow. Okay.
Did you see the Danhausen video for Backlash?
Yes, I love that's from what, Backlash, like 2006?
Something like that,
Edge and Snitsky and stuff like that. I'm just going to assume that they didn't sell tickets like they thought they would, because then break glass, John Cena is the host of Backlash. What the fuck? So he's retiring just from actual matches because he's going to be on the show every month. It's like, what? Like, come on. I'm sorry. I'm just like, dude, even Sting went away for a little bit.
Yeah, I haven't missed you yet. Like, let us miss you, John. Like, go away. Do we need a host for Backlash?
For fuck's sake. No, but they need to sell tickets, I guess. So, yeah, it would be interesting to see what that looked like. They must be feeling that way, that they would have to do that. That's the only option of again, not creative at all. John Cena.
Like I thought it was a joke. When I saw the image today, I was like, "Oh, that's going to be a little joke, right?"
He's going to be the host of every PLE this year. Watch, retirement run still going.
Yeah,
like what a farce. I'm sorry, like, dude, go away. You literally spent a year and a half retiring, and I could not hear the end of it. And then you're still on these shows. And what are you doing? Nothing.
Oh, he'll end up wrestling again at this point as well.
Honestly, wouldn't even now. My brain is like, he might.
Like I thought he was done, with that match, the way they built it all. But now seeing that he's coming back 2 pay-per-views in a row, I don't know. I wouldn't put it past him. Ticket.
Hilarious.
I'm just looking at tickets. There seem to be. It seems like they've blocked off half of the arena because of the stage, and then you can get tickets as low as $83 at the moment. Which
it's not that. I mean, American. That's like 300 Canadian.
But still better than we've seen for the other events.
Right. John Cena is going to save the show. So that's what, next weekend? Not this weekend. Oh, it is this
next
weekend.
Yeah,
it's up.
It's this coming weekend. Yeah.
Holy shit!
I'm forgetting it's Monday today, not Sunday. Yeah.
Is it on Saturday? It must be. They do the Saturdays now.
So
yes, I guess we'll talk about it on Sunday.
Yeah.
Well, when we you're starting your new job this week, so we are trying to figure out when we do some shows in the next coming, and it is Mother's Day next Sunday. So hopefully maybe we can try to squeeze in something and talk about it. But yeah, there you go. Backlash. From what we know, I mean, Cody Gunther, that's going to be good. Hopefully Roman and Jacob, and then some other things I'm sure will be added if not already. But yeah, there you go. How you all feel about WWE? Do you agree, disagree with some of the stuff you say? Let us know in the chat, in the comments. Always down to see what y'all are saying about that. But that was WWE. What else is going on in the world of wrestling? What about some all elite wrestling? They've been on a tear. They've been killing it with the wrestling. I know you had Benno on last week, and you guys were raving about Ciampa and Darby. And like, I don't think I got to say my piece, but that was incredible. Ciampa with the handcuffs off, just like, hey, I'm gonna do this till I can't. Fuck WWE right now. I just want to wrestle, and he's been killing it so far. Every photo that guy's in, he's wearing an AEW beanie. He loves AEW so much. It's just cool to see him wrestle the way he used it. Okay, like he's awesome. He's so good, and that match was, I honestly one of the best matches of the year so far, and it was a TV match.
Their TV matches this year have been fucking incredible. Like, I mean, Ciampa's had a few of them. You know, the Mark Briscoe match, the Carl Fletcher match. There was that Fletcher Speedball match we had. Like MJF Bandito was great. Like, and man, these Darby title defenses have just been awesome.
So yeah, even from this week, but yeah, I just thought the Ciampa one was like, oh man, and then the stuff with MJF where he kissed him on the cheek and like kind of teasing like something there, and I'm like, all right, interesting, all right. Thought Dynamite has been week to week like some really great stuff. They've definitely found their stride this year. Like there's been some ups and downs with AEW, but I feel like right now they're really, you know, they're batting pretty good, pretty strong.
It feels really focused. It feels like we do have tiers of what these titles are for the most part. Like finally, we know the people that care about this world title and who are in the world title picture. And I think it's made telling stories quite easy because you can put on these great matches that are essentially number one contender matches or these, I think the Darby run, I don't think anyone's expecting it to last long. So have him, it's completely in the Darby Allin character being, I'm going to defend this each and every week and just put on bangers of matches until the wheels fall off. And, you know, MJF has been fantastic and we've seen ratings and stuff go up since MJF came back and won the championship. And he's still the main character of the show. Yes, Darby is the champion at the moment, but it still feels like MJF. He's the main character and it's his story about him not having the title and, you know, now losing to Kevin Knight, and he's going to have to go back of the line and try and find his way to claw back up to face Darby. I think it's been working really well. And my God, like some of the TV matches they've had this year have just been ridiculous.
Yeah, the wrestling has really been like they've been crushing it. They've like everyone, like all all cylinders like firing. I find like with some of the wrestling and again the story. I think really I don't know where it turned a corner for me, at least as a fan. Like I've always liked them, but I can also agree there's been moments, especially like post CM Punk departure in AEW, where it's a bit of a rocky road and things weren't maybe necessarily connecting. There was injuries and Adam Cole and stuff like that, but MJF feels like the most needed, the most important character. Like he really feels like he's stepped it up and maybe righting the wrongs of his last title reign, because I feel like he is my favorite to watch. Like I love to hate this guy. He's the only guy who protects his gimmick like the Undertaker in the 90s, you know, like he just feels like he is that character, even though he's probably the really sweet man. And when he finally gets home, I just imagine he's always in this character at all times, you know. Like I watched the Hulk Hogan documentary and they're like, Hogan was just himself too much that he eventually turned into Hulk Hogan. I'm like, will that happen? Will Max eventually become this guy? Because I bet he's a nice sweet boy, but he is so good at hating him. And then he wrestles and then he's incredible. Like I really think he is a strong contender for Wrestler of the Year at this point for me. MJF. It goes Sasquatch from Mystery Wrestling, then MJF for 2026 Wrestler of the Year currently in my personal standings, because I think he is. You know, I was saying months ago, like, oh, Kenny and Ospreay for All In, but like MJF is the clear baddie of AEW that like you can't wait to see him get knocked off the pedestal.
Yeah,
right? So.
I think we're going to see a really big Owen this year. I see that Ospreay Omega match being the final of the Owen, because you know that conversation the other week of sort of Will basically being, I still believe in you, you still got this, and Will's going through his story about like how am I. Like he needs to overcome this next situation and the stuff with the Deathriders before he can make that step to go for the title. So, yeah, I see that maybe being the Owen final and MJF will most likely at Wembley. But you could go either way. Have you been? I know you were a little blindsided on Dynamite this week because you hadn't caught Collision with what is going on with Ospreay and the Deathriders?
So I feel like
you just message like, sorry, what the fuck? What's happened?
Yeah, I watch Dynamite every week. I watched Dynamite like yesterday. I didn't watch it live this week, so I was really delayed. But I watched it. No, maybe I watched it 2 days ago, so I could be kind of caught up. But the last thing I remember was Will was kidnapped, right?
Yeah,
they like took his body. They were gonna kill him, and then Moxley's like, no, it's like he's like a Batman villain, right? And then like they put him in the back. And then I guess I just didn't watch Collision last week.
Yeah,
because then I watched Dynamite this week. And Will shows up to like summer camp, like, hey, Deathriders, I'm ready to wrestle. And I was like, what did I miss? So I stopped the show. I messaged, I think I sent it to you yesterday. I'm like, I think I'm missing something here.
Yeah.
So I then today went, watched that segment, and then went back and watched the segment this week with both Will and Moxley. And yeah, I'm kind of into it. It's kind of, I said Batman villain vibes, but I don't know. It's like some movie where the bad guy.
Moxley's
we all love John
is
Moxley.
incredible, isn't it?
John,
like he's so scary. Yeah,
yeah.
Fantastic.
You know what the scariest part was? Like, okay, he's saying all these things, but it was this week's episode when Will shows up to their like backstage thing, and he's saying we're gonna turn you into a killer, and like there's no ring here, but we're all this stuff, and then Pac is just standing there all serious, like bringing in this other British dude. And then Moxley goes and like
he starts poking his belly.
I'm like, this guy's scary as fuck, dude. This guy's so scary. He'd be a great villain in a movie where like you think of those villains who are just so like out there but then serious and dialed in, and that's what Moxley is. I mean, this got to lead to a match between them again, right?
So I mean, you've got I think we're maybe doing Will and the Deathriders versus the Ops, and I don't know, Unite. There's basically the Ops want Ospreay to be with him because they were like, hey, we helped you at Wembley, but you then have United Empire with Callum Newman on the New Japan show questioning his loyalty and calling him a Death Rider Will, or what was it, Death Rider Billy or something like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if we have. Like, maybe they don't do Anarchy in the Arena at Double or Nothing this year. Maybe they save it for Forbidden Door.
Right.
We did the multi-man cage match last year, didn't we? So I'm wondering if we have something like that where it's either United Empire versus Will and the Deathriders, or like Ops and United Empire teaming up against, or something like that. But it is faction warfare season in AEW, and but what I've liked about this story is, you know, before Will returned, Mox had pretty much turned into a babyface.
Yeah.
But rightfully so. Like, Will's like, no, fuck you. You can't just be a good guy now. You tried to break my neck. I'm coming after you. And I think these scenes, it's Mox doesn't see himself as a bad guy, doesn't see himself as a good guy. He just wants wrestling to be better. And sometimes he's got to do evil shit to make wrestling better and get it out of people. And that's this promo here. Like, take it all away, strip it away, your clothes, your hair, like everything. Like, get done. Like, your hatred for me, remove it. It's holding you back. It's not helping you. So he's kind of like the devil on the shoulder a bit. And then, you know, you had that conversation the other week, and Kenny's talking about like your heart and all that sort of stuff. Mm-hmm. And I think it's made this like ambiguity of the Deathriders makes sense for me.
I really like it. Like, Will coming into AEW was already like, if you knew wrestling, you knew everyone talks about this young British guy being the best wrestler in the world. And then a few years later, I love that he's such a solid character and talker now, actually. Like, he's got to be the most well-rounded. I do love his character, and I am interested in this storyline, like, very much so. I don't know where it leads at all. Like, at this point, you're bringing up the Ops and all this. I'm like, I have no idea what the ultimate end game will be. Will winning the Owen and winning the title. You would imagine that's where we end up with this. So we got to keep him busy for right now. And the feud with Moxley, I think, will ultimately lead to like one more singles match, right? Like, that would make sense. I didn't watch the New Japan show the other day, but I did see the clip that was the clip that you were referring to where Newman beat Shingo, and then afterwards picks him up and goes, Will, you hit him now. And Will is like, I don't really want to do that. And he's like, Deathriders. And then Will is like, fine. So then hits him with the hidden blade and then says, see, I did it for you. You happy now? You happy? So they're teasing stuff with that, which I wouldn't imagine he breaks away from them. But the storyline is almost what, like Danielson in the Wyatts, right? Like, yeah. He's got to put on the overalls a little bit. He's got to wear the black shirt or the white shirt a little bit. And then eventually he goes, nah, fuck you guys. And then takes the white shirt off and takes his earring out like Moxley. And he's like, no, actually I'm United Empire for life or whatever. So we'll get some faction warfare and stuff until we get into the thick of it. But I would say that Will wins the Owen and Will main events with MJF at Wembley. I know they did it before, but I think this is the next step in both their careers. And I think it could be great.
Do they do Newman Ospreay at Wrestle Kingdom?
Absolutely. I think he's going to be wrestling. Been looking at flights for Japan. I'm like, should I go during Wrestle Kingdom? Ospreay might be wrestling now, so who knows? I would suspect Ospreay wrestles at the Tokyo Dome come January. Yeah. New Japan and AEW. New Japan, like, I want to get into it so much. I don't know what it is. Like every time I wanted to watch that show actually this weekend, but I don't know, it takes a lot. Something's missing with them. The fire, something's gone. If WWE right now is the problem is like creativity and all that, and like I don't know what it is in New Japan. You put all stock in people and then they leave. You put all stock in people and they leave, and it's like I don't know. It's always resetting. It's like NXT. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I know Calvin Newman's good and stuff, but it's like you gotta reset and stuff. But I don't know. Maybe they could bounce back. But what else from this week? We had Darby Allin doing the Sting entrance.
Yes.
Very impressive. Very fast doing that. He flew right down there and unhooked that thing. You know, he had to practice that shit because that would scare the shit out of me. But after an awesome match on TV with MJF and Kevin Knight, there was some great stuff in that. The Panama City Sunrise, Taz back on commentary, also Snot Nose Jones, I think he called one of them because MJF bloods the snot. That was a really fun match. Kevin Knight, always impressive. And then going along the stuff of Darby, and then now the Double or Nothing match is next week because it's title v title, right? But it's not for both titles.
It's just the world title. Yeah. So Kevin Knight versus Darby. I would kind of like to have Mark Davis challenge Darby during this like little run as well. You know, after the win over Will, like Mark Davis should be in a good pecking order. And I just think that, you know, similar to the Brody King match, just a monster throwing Darby around is always fun to watch. So, and he's had a hell of a run, and I think should be rewarded with like a title match. So I could see them doing that maybe after the Kevin Knight one. And then what do you assume the stipulation will be? If MJF loses, he can never challenge for the world title again.
Yeah,
because Darby says you have to give up something, so you have to put something on the line. So I imagine that's what they'll do. But MJF will win this one.
I do think MJF gets the title back. I just think that that should be the main event of Double or Nothing, like a hardcore street fight, Texas Death or something along those lines of chaos and craziness. But then the gimmick is MJF has to put that same stipulation, or hey, if you lose, then Hangman can challenge again or something. I don't know how we bring that back in, but no, it'd probably be like you do the same thing Hangman did. And that makes the most sense. But definitely would look forward to that match. Like Darby won the belt and it was awesome, but we didn't get the actual match where I know when we've seen them wrestle before, like
it was my match of the year one year, their match with each other. It was, I love those two together. So, and we will be at Double or Nothing. We are, we made a decision to go. We've been a little back and forth on it, but managed to get some discount codes, and we're going to be flying to Newark and going, going to Queens for Double or Nothing.
We're like, do we book a flight? I don't know. Like Canada, US, these Americans, they hate us these days. I don't know. And then one of your regulars on your last shift was like, hey, here's a 50% off thing. Use it. So we did. And you shared it with me too. So we are going. We'll only be in town for a few days. Shout out our friend Daniel. We're going to hang out with him, I'm sure. And some others. Follow the space because we will tell you where we're at. What was the bar you went to in Queens before? Cheap Shots?
Cheap Shots. Yeah, there's nothing really in the area of the stadium, unfortunately. There's like that one, we went to that one Korean restaurant, didn't we, where they did the beer towers. But I think we'll probably pre-game at Cheap Shots again before heading to the show.
So
we gotta be on our best behavior though, because we'll be covering the show and they're long days. So we won't be going fully crazy beforehand, but we'll be lovely to see you if you are in the area.
Yeah, please let us know if you have tickets to the show and you're planning on going into Queens for Double or Nothing in a few weeks. Hit us up. We'd love to say hello and see you and anyone out there. We have tons of Americans and New Yorkers all in that hub and whatnot. And it's looking like this show sold really well. And it's looking like it's going to be a solid show. Like if we're saying Darby versus MJF as the main event, that match is at the moment not confirmed. There only is 2 confirmed at this very second. FTR versus Cope and Cage in an I Quit match. This means we're going to be at all 3.
We're going to be at all 3 of those matches.
We've been at all 3 of these tag team matches. I really like the last one, so I'm kind of looking. I think this is going to be really good. To be
Bandito and Swerve was set up this week as well.
Oh, I love that. Oh man, you watch NXT and you see this god awful sloppy AI Sol Ruka video, and then I watch Dynamite, and they have the most creative like promo vignettes for Bandito with like the Western setting and the wanted posters, but then this time it was Swerve like in Bandito's Western world promo thing. That shit is cool as fuck. Fuck AI and fuck WWE for using that shit. This is sick as fuck. So that match could steal the show. It's not officially yet, but it seems like
it seems that way.
But the real reason we wanted to go, the dangling carrot for me as a wrestling fan, which feels like a whole year at this point. Kazuchika Okada versus Konosuke Takeshita, finally for the AEW International Championship. I've been saying I'll travel for this match. I was so mad when they announced it for this and not the shows that we've been at in the last year. But this is the one where I go, you know what? I got to go watch this match. 2 of the best. This should be incredible. I cannot wait for this matchup. The build to this has been my favorite story in wrestling this year. So yeah, I can't wait. Takeshita finally doing the like, oh, I'm so sorry, back to Okada. I'm like, yeah, I'm in. Do it. I don't even think they need to do anything else to build this match at this point, but cannot wait.
Yeah, super pumped for that. And then it is whether we get I guess it would be a stadium stampede, wouldn't it? Because we're in a stadium for this one. So,
true.
Yes, whether we'll get that. We kind of talked about Deathriders, United Empire, Ops possibly being candidates for that.
Okay, but how you know?
How you know? So
that's favorite catchphrase in wrestling. Okay, but how you know?
So we're setting up. I mean, maybe that's set up for post Double or Nothing MJF Andrade. I would assume because that's
he's New Japan, so
right.
He could be the challenger on behalf of New Japan facing MJF. I think Andrade. He just won a belt yesterday. He won the IC or something,
international or whatever it is. Yeah,
I don't know what it
global.
is, but he won something. Yeah, global. I don't know.
Right.
But he is New Japan talent at the moment too. So it's like he definitely will have a place in Forbidden Door, right? I would imagine MJF Andrade needs to happen.
Yeah. They've been teasing that.
So,
and then what about the women's title, Tekla, who do we see potentially facing her?
Again, also really love
which dumb bitch.
Yeah, I love the promo so much. I think that promo put it over the edge. I've decided she's the best ass kicker right now, especially when it comes to the women's division. Tekla, why do you keep calling all these people dumb bitches? Because there's so many dumb bitches. When's the shirt coming out? I'm sure they're working on it right now. That solidified it for me. I know I'm a weird dude, but as soon as I heard her say that promo, I was like, that's it. She's the coolest. She's the baddest going right now. What's her match for Double or Nothing? I don't know.
I don't know.
Not cooking too much with
no one's hot enough on the babyface side, really, are they? Like, and Willow's tied up with the TBS title, and it's when like obviously when Mercedes comes back, she'll be in that picture. But I'd say Tekla and Mercedes is the biggest match you have right now of available talent.
That's all in.
So that should be all exactly. So that should be all in. So I don't know really for Tekla right now. No one's jumping out to me.
Yeah, they haven't. They do the same thing when it comes to the women's championship. Like, oh, you're the champion. Okay, then the rest of it, like, it's like thrown together pay-per-view defenses. You know, like, oh, Hikaru Shida's back, or like, oh, Rio's back. Oh, Statlander again. It's like they just feel like the classic. They do a lot of the same things when it comes to the women's title, but I have found that it's been a step up and been more interesting with Tekla. She jumps off the screen when you see her, right? So she's really interesting, but I just don't know what would be that match. Like Forbidden Door, then that opens up so many forbidden doors because there's so many women from Japan or CMLL or wherever that we could put her with, but I'm not sure what her match is. What else do you think will be added to Double or Nothing? Because again, right at this second, there's not a whole lot official, but you mentioned Swerve versus Bandito. You would imagine that gets announced this Wednesday, as I'm sure maybe a few other things. But what are you thinking? What are you looking at? What would the
Bucks do?
Yeah, where the Bucks are just killing it in 2026, and they cannot be off this pay-per-view. So maybe they're in the like multi-man thing.
Yeah.
Right. Same with Kenny. I guess you could put him in that with them. I don't know. Or maybe he takes a break on this pay-per-view.
Yeah. Well, we haven't seen Kenny since the last pay-per-view, have we?
Yeah. So maybe he's not on this one, which is fair. I mean, obviously I want to watch him, but I understand that we take him when we get him, and that's okay. But yeah, what else is added to this pay-per-view? Like just from watching the last few, like where do you think will be added to this?
You'll probably get a trios conglomeration match, won't you?
The dogs.
Kevin Knight defense.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do for that? Just
Andrade?
do Kevin Knight and Speedball already. Yeah, you could do Andrade.
Speedball.
Have we seen that match? Yeah.
Speedball. That'd be crazy. Kevin Knight versus Speedball. Right? We saw it, but in the tournament. But now, like with the title and stuff, would be pretty great. I don't know. This show will be great. I know it will be.
Whatever they do, they've got some really good wrestlers there. They'll put on.
They've been crushing it. What about the not so rumored anymore AEW pay-per-view in July called Redemption?
Yes, I'm so glad we hinted at this when we did, and still not confirmed. But Sean Ross Sapp from Fightful earlier in the week saying it is very heavily rumored and suggested that there'll be a July pay-per-view called AEW Redemption, and most likely taking place from the Bell Center in Montreal. Now, we've done our own little research, and I think
journalistic.
July 26th, is it? We think would be
my birthday.
Yeah.
My birthday. So the Bell Center has their schedule out, and the 25th they have J. Cole performing, but the Sunday is booked off. It's empty on their site. They haven't posted that date, whereas a lot of the other dates are already filled, whether it's like sporting events, music, concert, whatever. So it does lead me to believe that would be the rumored date and time for AEW Redemption. So hey, Canadians, Montrealers, Quebecers, we might be making our way up to your part of the north here in July. So would definitely be excited to do that. We're already looking at Airbnbs. We're excited. We're going to already enough AEW shows, but it's sort of in our backyard, about a 5-hour drive. It's like an hour.
Oh, I know. I've only ever done Montreal in the winter, and I've loved it whenever I've gone, but I would love to check it out with nicer weather. So I think that sounds great. I'm super excited for that. If that all does come to fruition, we'll hope
Kenny versus Will, Montreal.
I imagine you'll have a big Speedball match on that show as well, right?
Oh, yeah. Speedball will win the TNT title and be champion. That's what's
there you go. Happen. There you go.
Yeah, Speedball in Montreal. They'll treat them. You know what? I've not been to Montreal a whole lot in my life. I am a Torontonian. There is the underlying beef between Montreal and Toronto for no reason other than hockey, really.
Yeah.
I got no gripes with them. I just haven't been a whole lot. So obviously I would totally go travel for a show that is in our reach, in our own country, to go watch some great wrestling. But they've only been there a few times. Now WWE been there and it's been super hot. I know you've been to the last few shows in Montreal with WWE. Some of our friends went to the AEW show that they did in Montreal, and that was one of the like least recorded, like, people. There's just not a lot of people at those shows. Now, that was when AEW was kind of in the rut that they were in for a bit. They obviously got out of that. We saw like 10,000 ish, maybe more, maybe less at Vancouver. Really hot crowd.
Yeah.
Toronto around 10,000 or so. Not as hot as Vancouver, but still lively bunch. I'm hoping that Montreal shows up as a wrestling city for that. Like, I hope it's not like.
I think they will, and I think more people. It's different. You don't, on a Wednesday's Dynamite, you're not going to have as many people traveling, you know. Whereas I think you will get like people from like Ottawa and Toronto and other parts of the country driving or taking the train or whatever to Montreal for a weekend pay-per-view. It is a different thing to just TV in the middle of the week.
So, I mean, that will probably be announced, Double or Nothing. Again, at this time, we are just speculating, but we kind of did our little research and we're like, I think it's Sunday, July 26th in Montreal for Redemption. So, hey, maybe you're thinking of going. Because
the weekend before would be the World Cup final, which I just think would be a bad idea to run an event opposite that, you know? And
you think Tony would know that?
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So, we'll ask him that maybe. In Queens. Hey, why aren't you running up against the World Cup? And he'll be like, do I even need to answer that? I think that makes sense. Being in Montreal, I would imagine, I bet it's safe to say Mystery Wrestling announces a show that weekend too, because they're based out of Gatineau, just outside of Ottawa and like Quebec and stuff. So I would imagine they do a bit of a big homecoming show there too. Sasquatch. That Sasquatch versus Invisible Man World Championship match. Book it, Evil Uno. So there you go.
Yeah, we can't have the Costco guys in a dark match here, but we could maybe have Sasquatch.
It was a shame is that venue in Vancouver.
Yeah,
it had Costco like right attached to it.
Yeah,
I was amazed. I was like, wait, we could have been eating glizzies. Wow. Yeah, we need to get the Costco guys visas if they're still. I hope they're still a thing. I still love those guys. They brought us to Rizzler. Okay, never let them down. But it's also okay that they'll be in Queens. They're from New York, I'm sure. But yeah. Anyways, AEW Redemption. Hopefully that's a big fun weekend later this summer. Something for us to look forward to. We will hope to go to that. But yes, any New Yorkers, let us know if you're going to make the trip for Double or Nothing. We'd love to see you, give you some stickers, some poison pins, etc. Anything else from AEW? Like the reason I've loved their shows in the last few months, obviously we went to Dynasty and then it just made me want to, like I said it the last few weeks before WrestleMania, like the whole point of this show when I watch a SmackDown or Raw and they're telling me WrestleMania is in a few weeks or in a month and there's still tickets. It should be, I should be so into it. It should be so good that I'm like, holy shit, fuck it, Davey. We're getting a flight. We're going to WrestleMania. That's literally how I felt about this show. I'm like, oh man, Takeshita Okada. And I've just been poking you, Davey, should we go? Davey, should we go? And you're like, I just went on a big trip. My job's changing. I'm like, Davey, but it's Takeshita. So like, that's how it should work. Think of your favorite movie or show. You can buy a ticket to go watch it.
Just wait till next time I'm down in the dumps, and that's when I book flights.
Davey, you want to go to New York? I can't afford it, but all right, fuck it. We're gonna go.
but I'm sad, so sure.
We'll have fun. We'll have fun. We'll make it good. Yeah. Anything else?
I just want to echo what Jake has said in the chat of sending love to Rebel. Really heartbreaking to hear her update on her ALS, but appreciate AEW for taking good care of her.
Yeah. All the power. Shout out Rebel. Hope she's all right. I saw that as well. And AEW seemed to take care of their own pretty well. So
yeah. But heartbreaking story there.
Yeah, ALS, right?
Yeah.
All the power to Rebel. Thank you, Jake. Appreciate. I'm trying to think of other things I saw. I didn't watch, but former NXT wrestler, is it Shane Haste?
Okay.
Former NXT wrestler Yoshiki Inamura for the Noah title.
Oh, okay.
The other day,
the GHC.
So I thought that was cool. Seeing some old NXT wrestler versus another old NXT wrestler, sort of in Japan.
Nice.
So good for him. What was the tag team? Was he the guy with the paper plate on his face?
He was, yeah, TMDK, right?
TMDK.
With Mikey
no,
Nichols.
but then he was in Redemption, or what was the other thing?
Oh, Retribution.
Retribution. And he had the paper plate on his face.
He had the paper plate on his face.
Right.
With
shout out Shane Hayes. Dijak, right. What a time. All right, well, there you go. That was everything from wrestling this week. It's about 7 o'clock. You can get ready, go watch your Monday Night Raws or your whatever else that you watch. Appreciate if you made it this far. We do this every week. Poisonrana Live. This Sunday, we'll talk about Backlash. It is Mother's Day, so we will try to figure out what we do, but because I want to see my mama. But we will talk about Backlash in some way, shape, or form. You want to hear more or follow along, give us a follow on Insta, Facebook, Twitter, whatever it is you use. Search Poisonrana Pod, Spotify, YouTube, whatever it is. Search us, give us a follow. And if you're using a podcast app, click that download for us. It goes a long way. Poisonrana.ca for everything else that we will do. And we will talk to you tomorrow night, Tuesday night on Post Wrestling as we talk about some NXT. But thank you to all the Poison Pals. We will talk very soon. Am I forgetting anything?
Just your closeout. Yeah.
Oh, you were ready to do this.
I was ready. I was like,
That is it. That is all. Take care. Goodbye and be safe.
Ahoy!